Alrighty, happy weekend, folks. Today I'm gonna just try a bit of like a carry series, so an overhead carry, waiter's carry, suitcase carry, or like holds rather than carry because I don't have a lot of traveling room. If we have time, we'll get into some Turkish get-ups. Um, and the plan is basically two sets of each movement, starting with the overhead and working our way down. My hope is that I can hold the 70 pounder overhead. Um, Opted to do some retesting because I was like, I lost my workout journal. So, anyways, I can still squat 315 for one rep instead of three, and I can still overhead press 135 for one. So that's where I was like, oh, no wonder I can't overhead press the 70-pound kettlebell because I can only do 135. Anyways, so that is the plan. We're going to shoot for two sets of everything, and that each set is going to be to relative failure. So we're to get the stopwatch going or the workout log going. So the hope is I should be able to right, use two hands to get that up there. What I did not account for is how to get it down. Okay, so just from a safety perspective, the 70 may not be the way to go. So we will give it a quick hold. Don't want to mess around with that. All right, so we will use the 74. The other carries the very least. So the thought being, right, good chest up position, good shoulder blade rotation, good core activation, hips are under me, feet are stable, I can breathe. That's not a very exciting workout, but not everyone is meant to be. Okay. We're starting to vibrate. Ah, I could feel my elbow kind of starting to bounce, and I was like, I don't feel like having a 45-pound kettlebell fall on me. So, alrighty, do the same with the right arm. Um, yeah, that's about that. I mean, the weather's been getting better, so I think that's been helping my mood. Uh, I have decided to, let's see here, what? I was probably around 160, 170 grams of protein a day. So I have increased my calories, so it's closer to 180. So we'll see what that little calorie bump does for my general abilities in the gym, as well as just like, general energy, general mood, etc. Um, Low trap is starting to burn. All right, elbow's starting to bend. All right, so that is technical failure, as we would say. Felt good. I think I'm definitely a little more protracted, or tend to maybe go into a more protracted position on my left because I was kind of getting a little rotator cuff symptom on my left side. But as soon as I got that low trap back a little more, it felt better on the shoulder. Right side felt pretty locked in the whole time. I'm in that 185 range. Uh, I figure if I keep bumping, like I've been losing about a pound a week, is how I lost those 10 pounds. So I figure I'm probably not in a 500 calorie deficit anymore. I might be closer to 300 to 250. So even if I'm losing about a half a pound a week or so, right, it may not change much on the scale just because our body weight tends to fluctuate 1 to 2% on any given day. But I think I should continue to lose weight and maybe it just won't be as dramatic. So, all right, here we go. Set number 2. There we go. But again, I'm not mad about losing, about a half a pound a week. If that ends up being about 1 to 2 pounds a month, or about 1-ish pound a month, then, so be it. Yeah, no, it's 1 to 2 pounds. Yeah. Um, I'm still losing weight, but that way maybe I can kind of prevent too much lean muscle loss. Boost up my numbers a little bit in the gym, stuff like that. Just because I feel like they've been not where I used to be again 10 pounds ago. So that is unfortunately expected. All right, starting to get a little familiar elbow symptom there, so called it on that. Do I know how long I was holding it for? No, but I held it long enough. Alrighty. We'll give it a minute's rest or so, and then we'll go into the last one on the right arm, and we'll keep trucking. All right. Oh, Lordy, what else? My gym has been recently remodeled, and they have reorganized it, and I do enjoy how they've reorganized it. They have a little bit of a turf area now, so that was my cardio a workout or two ago where I did a variety of plyometrics to finish up my workout, and I was like, this feels good. Jumping felt good. So, so what I did, I ended up doing 3 to 5, I think ended up being 5 total laps of kind of like broad jumps, where the first 1 or 2 was like jump, reset, and then the last 3 laps were more consecutive jumps. And it was, it felt good. I was like, okay, like I don't really train plyos much. I review them with my patients in the clinic sometimes, but that's also like maybe a once every 2 to 3 month deal, not an everyday deal. Um, So it was good to kind of like, oh, like I got a little spring in my step still. All right. So from here we have the front rack position for 2 rounds. Okay. So this one's definitely a little more taxing on the core, particularly on my right side right now. So 1,000, 1,000. Went from like I can breathe to can't breathe real quick. But again, I felt like a really good challenge on that right side of my abs. Whew. Um, but yeah, overall, I will say I do like the idea of like a 2-set workout during a cut. Um, Energy wise, it felt better. Um, and that really is just like, you know what? Get as many reps as you can in on that first set. You know, you're going to be tired, but you're probably going to be closer to your total maximum, anyways. So, um, so what? I ended up, I think my 12 rep max that as I was written was 220 for 12. I ended up doing 225 for 13 on the first set. I know I ended up putting on some, ended up increasing the weight of my deadlift, my strapless deadlift, at some point. But it's like, oh, look, like I was able to do more reps with more weight because I wasn't worried about 3 sets per se. All right. So again, really good core activation on that left side. General challenge just because it goes from like I can breathe to I can't breathe real quick. Um, for the suitcase carry, we're probably going to use the sandbag. Um, and again, 2 sets, call it a day because we are starting my timer early, but we're about 13 minutes into this, and all right. Didn't talk on that one because I was like, all right, let me curious, how long can I hold this for? And the answer was somewhere in that 30 to 40 second range. So yeah, core's pretty like lit up on that. Um, and that kind of postural stability feels good. Where did I? Oh, that's right. I was overhead pressing? Yeah, I was overhead pressing, and I realized that my overhead press probably wasn't doing well because I think I was just very rounded in my setup versus like really trying to get like that thoracic extension, get that chest up so that I could get my fists more over my elbows or even behind my elbows before I press. So, and I did that on my pull downs, and I was like, oh, here's a bunch of muscles I don't think I've worked in that I haven't felt working in a while. So, little things. Oh shit. All right. All right. So all we got left is some suitcase holds. All right. Okay. I know one of the issues I had last time I did these was the fabric kind of chewed up my hand. So we'll see if this is a bad idea or a good idea. All right. Oh, yeah, it's a bad idea. Oh, it's a bad idea. Oh. Oh, that's going down. That's going down. That's going down. So there you go. There was failure. All right. Quick little breather. I'll give it an attempt on the right hand, and I'll get rid of the overgrip. So that'll be fun. That's great. I already know it's not going to be great, so. Okay. Time to get rid of that. Alrighty. I knew that wasn't going to be a good idea, but you know what? Tried it anyways. We'll give ourselves a minute. And I'll get back into our last set. This felt good, right? I'm a little out of breath. Felt muscles working. I don't think I'll be so exhausted for tomorrow's workout. Yeah, got a nice maybe little forearm pump going. Okay, good enough. Oh. So this is where, all right, I don't mind going to like essentially true failure here because I just end up dropping it. I'm not dropping it on my foot, and that it'll stay, that it's, safer to drop. Give ourselves like another 45 seconds. So this is where, ballpark 20-minute workout, just working on carries. If you have time or space constraints, here's something that may be viable for you. All right, here we go. Oh, that's going. That's gonna go. That's gonna go. Come on, don't let it go yet. Hate how that feels on my hand. Alrighty. That's it for me. If you did what I did, great. If you did your own thing, great. You're just starting, looking for ideas, motivation, discipline, or a community to support you. That's what we're here to do. Help each other be a little better every day. So good job today. Keep working hard, and we'll see you next time.